Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Connie, and I do lots of plant shopping videos at big box stores and local garden centers, along with other plant related videos. For the past week, I was under the weather and I didn't have a chance to get out and do any plant shopping, but I did manage to get some plant chores done in my plant room, so I figured I'd go ahead and film it and let you guys see what I've been up to in here. So in this video, I'll be giving you some updates to my plant room as well as my plants. I'll also be doing some plant chores like repotting, and I also have a few new plants and plant pots that I wanted to share with you. So if you're a plant person like me and you're interested in seeing what other plant people do on a regular day-to-day basis with their plants, keep watching. So one of the things that I added was this metal wall art. It's just a monstera leaf. I got this a while back, I think from TJ Maxx in Key West. I also added my college degrees up there, and I added this hanger right here and put this Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess inside of it. I got this from Walmart. I also have another one, and I'm not sure where I'm gonna hang it just yet. I like the fact that this one's right next to the window. Also, the aglaonema that I bought from Home Depot by Costa Farms Trending Tropicals, I added it to this plant pot right here. I had gotten this from Walmart. This was by Better Homes and Gardens, and I thought it matched really nice with this, so yeah, I put that in there. Also, these are a couple of new pots that I got. I am absolutely in love with this one right here. I got it from Home Goods, and it was only $14.99, guys. But I also got this one right here from Home Goods. It's $14.99 also. This is about, I would say, a 5-inch. And it's actually the matching pot to that one right there, which is, I believe, a 6-inch. So love these. Something else that I've been doing since the houseplant tour is I've been hanging some hanging plants here on the egg chair. So I think I showed you guys in my last video when I did the plant shopping video at Home Depot that I've been hanging these orchid kokodamas on here, and I think they look so pretty. I also have a Pearls and Jade pothos that I got from Lowe's, and it's in this cute little ceramic or clay hanging pot. Also, I'm not sure if I showed you guys on here, but I got this really pretty variegated African violet from a local garden center called Flamingo Road Nursery. And this is the only one that had this type of variegation on it, which is the green and green. So I had to get it. I thought it was so pretty with these pretty purple flowers. And I spoke with a girl that works there, and she gave me a few care tips. And one of the main things that she said that they like to do is to bottom water. So since I've gotten this, I've been bottom watering it, and it's been doing so well compared to the last ones that I've had. So I hope this one can keep giving me all these beautiful flowers and continue to thrive. I also just got this Hoya Australis, and this is just a green form, but I think it's so pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and take this outside and hang it on the tree. So another thing is that I moved some of the potted plants from around this tree, and underneath the grass was dying. So I'm gonna have to start working on getting this grass green again over here. Look at her. Everywhere I go, she follows. So I just stuck it on this branch right here. I have to find the right branch every time because some of the branches are smaller than others, and I'd like to make sure I have a nice strong branch for it to hang from so it doesn't break the branch or hang over too much. So this one's gonna go right here. Look at my Hoya macrophylla. I love that sun stress, so pretty. Oh, also, look at my Hoya bilobata or Bertonier. Not sure which one this is, but it's so pretty right now with this sun stress. And look, it's already blooming. So cute. Also on my Hoya Carnosa Princess, there is a bloom right here. They haven't opened up yet, but it also looks like there's some mealybugs on there, so I'm gonna spray that. But they like to hang out in little crevices and on your Hoya flowers. Also on my Hindu rope, I see peduncles. Let's see, where are they? There's peduncles on here. Oh, right here. You see that? I've also been seeing some new growth on a few of my plants in here. There's some new leaves on this philodendron mayoi right here coming out. There's one here, one here. I also have a new leaf here on my philodendron subhastatum. This one right here is brand new. It's so pretty. It's still getting its color. This anthurium right here just put out this brand new leaf, and it's also putting out this pink flower. Also, my philodendron Florida green is putting out a couple new leaves. This one's brand new right here. And then there's another one coming out right there. Love this little plant. My philodendron fuzzy petioles is also putting out a new leaf right there. Even my Aglaonema silver bay is pushing out some new leaves. There's one there, there's another one there. And there's a bunch of baby leaves coming out on my caladium, Hilo Beauty. The room is in an absolute mess right now because I'm in the process of repotting plants. So most of these guys down here are in line to be potted up, and this is where I'll be doing all the potting. I have my potting mat ready here, and I just took out some pots that I'm going to be using. What I realize is that I'm needing more and more 8-inch pots because a lot of these plants in the 6-inch pots are becoming root bound. These right here are about an 8 to 10 inch, and those are from Big Lots. Those are like $12 each. I really love those. They have drainage holes in the bottom. Have another one up there. And let's see. Also, those right there are really good. Those are about 8 to 10 inches, and I got those from Walmart. So I'm gonna check Walmart and see if they have more of those, because I'm realizing that I need more 8-inch pots with drainage holes. And down here, this is what we got in the lineup. Have these 3 Mandula pothos. I'm gonna pot that up in an 8-inch. I got my olive tree. I'm gonna pot it directly into this. I think that's a 6-inch. And my Raven ZZ is in about an 8-inch pot right now, but it does have a drainage hole. So I'm gonna just pot it up right into that. Let's see, what else do we have to repot? Also, my Moonlight Trubii is root bound. It's in a 6-inch. I'm gonna give this an 8-inch pot. My sad looking Pink Princess Philodendron from Costa Farms is gonna get some love today. I'm gonna take this out, and I wanna see for sure what's going on with the roots. someone in the comments mentioned to check and see if there's plugs. And I'm really curious to see if there's plugs in this soil and that's what's causing it to droop like this. So I'll get into that in a little bit. I'm gonna put this one in probably an 8 or a 10 inch also. And I'll let you guys know if that's what was going on. And hopefully if that's the case, this thing will start doing better once I get it out of those plugs and repot it. Also, since my houseplant tour, new leaves have come out on this. All these on the top are new. 1, 2, 3 new leaves. So yeah, and then this little guy right here, supposedly a Mandula pothos, that's what it was labeled, but I actually think this is 3 different plants that were planted into one pot. This is Mandula. You can see that this is Mandula. This looks more like just your regular marble queen, but I don't know, guys. I'm looking at this and wondering if this piece is actually Jasenia. I'm also gonna be repotting this red emerald philodendron. You can see that this guy is super root bound. I got this pot right here from Target, and it actually has a drainage hole in the bottom. So most likely I'm gonna be potting this directly into this, and you can see there's a lot of extra space in there for it to grow. My only concern is that this is metal, so I'm hoping it doesn't rust. Could also use another moss pole, so I'll be working on that. And I just wanted to take a minute to show you guys that I got these shoes right here, these 2 pairs of shoes sent to me by a company called Hisea, I believe it's pronounced. It's Hisea. And these are waterproof garden shoes. And I've been using these ever since they sent them. I've been doing all kinds of landscaping in the yard. I've been wearing those and my daughter's been using those. These shoes are so comfortable. And like I said, they are waterproof, so you can wear these out in the rain and don't worry about your feet getting all wet. I'll show you some of the other styles that they have on their website. They have all types of rain boots and other types of boots like hiking boots and things like that. So I just wanted to take a moment out of this video to mention these shoes to you guys and thank Hisea for sending them to me. I'm definitely getting my wear out of these. I actually wear these every day in the yard, so check Hisea out. I'll link their company in the description box, and let's get back to the video. I just did this Raven ZZ. I potted it directly into this pot with a drainage hole. It also has a saucer on the bottom. And yeah, it's ready to go. I'll probably top dress this with white gravel once the soil kind of dries out a little bit. But yeah, let me move on. This one's done. This is my Syndapsis pictus Trubii Moonlight. And I just potted it up in this self-watering pot that I got from Target. I think this is like $1.99. Really good deal. I don't usually like to use plastic pots, but the sizes were perfect, and so I got it for that reason. And sometimes it's a little harder for me to find 8-inch decorative pots, so I went ahead and got it. And at least it's white, so it does fit in with the decor. These beauties are next. These are my Mandula pothos. There's 3 of them in here. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and pot them up in this owl pot that I got from Big Lots a while ago. It has a drainage hole. Yeah, I think this would be the perfect size. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you when I'm done. All right, this girl's done. Got her all potted up. And I am in love with this Mandula pothos. And guys, you see what I did here? I combined 3 of the starter plants together. And now look, I have this nice full plant. So that's usually what I do when I see a plant that I want that are in those little starter plants for $4.98 or $6.98 at the big box stores. So make sure you always check that section because they always put new types of plants over there. And sometimes you get lucky and you find something really nice. And just because it's small doesn't mean you can't make it nice and full immediately, unless you just wanted to start out with a small one and watch it grow. It's up to you. But yeah, don't sleep on those starter plants at the big box stores. So I just went to the garage and I pulled out a few more plant pots that I had stored in there that will fit the plants that I need to repot. I have this one right here that says Plant Lady. It was from Big Lots. It also has a drainage hole, so I could upsize one of the plants in this. I'll see which one I'm going to use for that. The other one is this. I think it's a, let's see, about an 8 or 10 inch. The ones from Walmart. I really like these because they have the drainage holes, and anytime I want to upsize a 6 inch, I like to plant them right into these. And then I also have this little one from Walmart with the drainage hole. This looks like it's probably root bound and it's starting to get all leggy and everything. So I'm gonna give it a new pot and pot it up in this one right here from Walmart with the drainage hole. And that'll give it some extra space. This one's done. Just gonna let the soil dry out a little bit so I can top dress it with some white gravel. I'm also gonna give this dieffenbachia camouflage a larger pot. This guy definitely needs it, and I know for a fact that this would have grown a lot faster if I had upgraded it by now. But then again, sometimes I don't like to repot plants right away unless they're root bound. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use a pot that I had here. This is actually from IKEA, and I had drilled a drainage hole in this. So this will be an upgrade. Let's just pull this out and see if it in fact is root bound. Not too bad, but I think it's ready. So it's gonna go in there. All right, this one's all potted up and ready to go. It has enough space in here to grow now, and hopefully this will start putting out some new leaves and showing some improvement. All right, guys, next up is this Pink Princess Philodendron that I got from Amazon. It's actually doing really well. There's a new leaf right there that's pushing out. Just have it on a chopstick, and it's so small, so I really couldn't use anything else in this little pot, but I'm gonna give this a bigger pot. All right, guys, she's all done. I got her in here in the 5-inch pot. You see there's some space in there, but it actually has more space than it had before, so. All right, the olive tree is next, and I'm just gonna pot it up in this 6-inch Urban Jungle pot. Guys, I've been losing a lot of leaves on this, as you can imagine. I think it needs more sun, so this will most likely go outside. Let me get started with this. My bad, I just noticed this does not have a drainage hole, so this pot is out. Let me see. I think I have, let me see. I do have this, which is another one of those self-watering pots from Target. I might just use this. I also have these clay pots outside that I can use, and these definitely have drainage holes. So get out of here, lady. Who said they wanted you in the video? So yeah, guys, I just brought this one inside, and it's perfect because it has a drainage hole, and this is actually going outside. So it'll fit in nicely with all the other plants that I have out there because I use terracotta in the back. All right, guys, she's all done, and I'm loving how she looks in this terracotta pot. Let's go outside and put her on the patio. Okay, so I've never showed you guys the back, but this is what the back of the house looks like, and we just recently did this landscaping back here. It's not done yet because, as you can see, the potted plants need to be potted up directly into the terracotta. But that's not what this video is about. I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse and show you where I'm gonna be putting the olive tree. Actually, I'm just gonna sit here for now and I'll figure out where I'm gonna put it next. All right, guys, I think the next victim is gonna be this pink princess. And this is the one that I'm really curious to know why it's behaving this way. So let me go ahead and take it out and see what's going on. All right, guys, this is the moment of truth. So the roots don't look bad. It's not root bound. Let me break off this soil and see what's going on inside there. So I just loosened up the soil and the roots look fine, but sure enough, there's plugs inside of here. So I think that might be the reason why this isn't looking so well. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip these plugs off and let this plant breathe. Hopefully I don't damage the roots, but it's exactly what I thought it was. This is what the plug looks like. All right, so let me go ahead and cut these off and get this potted up into the new soil. This mesh or whatever this is really attached to the roots, and I'm having a hard time taking it off without ripping some of the roots. So I'm gonna continue to try to get this off because I need to see some type of improvement with this plant, and I'm hoping that this is the reason why it was behaving the way it was. So yeah, this is what this looks like in here, and this is what all the roots were inside of. So I got one off, and this actually came with 2 plants in 1 pot. So I'm gonna start working on this one. All right, so there's a big piece of it, and I think I got it all off. Roots look good. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add this plant to the pot with the other one. You know, I was thinking, since there's 2 plants in here and each one is really full, I think I'm actually gonna split them up into 2 separate plants. Sorry about the lighting. I have the blinds open right there, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and use that plant lady pot. All right, guys, there they are in the 2 separate pots. Both of these were in the 1 6-inch pot, and now I separated them and gave them more space. So I'm hoping now, without those little mesh plugs and more space and better soil, perhaps, they might start perking up a bit. But now I have 2 plants to look forward to, and they're still actually pretty big. So that's it for these, and I think I got about 4 more plants to pot up. Let's see. So guys, I was actually trying to see if I had a bigger nursery pot to repot this in and then put it inside of that, because I'm not sure about potting directly into the metal. And I had these right here. These are, I think, 2.5 gallon. Yeah, these are 2.6 gallons, but I think that's actually what it's in right now. So what I think I'm gonna do is pot it up in this, because this has a drainage hole and it actually fits perfectly in there. And even though I actually like this pot and I would like for it to be seen, for right now, this is gonna be the solution for me potting that up a little bit bigger. So let me see if I have enough soil. So this is what the bottom of this plant was looking like, and it's really not root bound. Most of the roots are wrapped around the top. So this is all good soil in here still. Kind of surprised, but these roots on the top look really dry, so I think it needs more moisture and humidity. And this is the mix that I'm gonna be potting this up into, so let me get that done right now. So it's all potted up, and I just need to rinse it off a little bit, and once the soil dries out, I'll go ahead and top dress it. But yeah, that one's done. And I'll show you what it looks like once I get it inside the other pot. So there it is. It fits perfectly into this pot right here from Target. And those are mosquito bits on top. I'm gonna wait for it to dry out a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and top dress it with some white gravel. And I also wanna add another moss pole to this. So I'm gonna need to water or soak the moss poles as well and mist it up so it can get the humidity that it needs. So hopefully this will work. So glad I finally got this one done. And these are the moss poles that I get. These are linked down in the description box. They're in my Amazon store, so if you're interested, they're there. I really like them. They're actually stackable. They have a little hole in the top and you can stack them. So that's what those are right there. It's 2 of them, and I'm just gonna add 1 more. It comes with a Velcro, and yeah, I really like them. So I went ahead and added the 3rd moss pole to the top, and I soaked this down, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use my handy dandy mister. This is also linked in the description box. It's in my Amazon store. I love to use this. It has like a continuous spray mist. And if I didn't already water this plant, I would have just put a bottle of water right down this hole, and that water would just pour all the way down to the soil. But I don't want to overwater it at this point, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mist. Just like this. Mist those leaves also. Get it nice and moist. Give it all the humidity it craves. And then I'll probably just use some of the Velcro up here and there to kind of secure it so it can attach to the moss pole eventually. And also, if I was thinking, I could have separated that little baby down there into a separate pot, but oh well. So I'm actually out of soil and I'm exhausted, and this place is a mess. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up right now and just start cleaning up everything, and I'll just get some soil later and repot the last couple plants that I wanted to repot. Hey guys, good morning. It's the next day. It's 11 a.m. and I just wanted to show you guys the plant room for a moment, because in my houseplant tour, some of you were concerned that I didn't have grow lights, and While I don't have grow lights, I do have 2 windows in this room. This is a 4x4 and this is a 4x3. And these blinds stay open all day long. And as you can see, it is really bright in here. There's a lot of sun out there. And for the type of plants that I have, a lot of these plants are pothos, philodendrons, and aglaonemas, which have medium to low light requirements. This is fine, and I don't have any problems with my plants. Now, if I do feel like some of the plants are not doing so well and they might need more sunlight, I just go ahead and I move them outside. I do have grow lights, but I'm not crazy about the look of some grow lights. Now, at some point, I think I might purchase some that are a little bit more discreet to place in certain areas that I feel like, you know, could use a little bit more light. But for now, this works for me. So today I'm gonna go in and start shining the leaves of my plants. This is what I use, Miracle Grow Leaf Shine. I've been using this for years and it's always worked for me. I have not had any problems. So I'm gonna go around and see just what plants could use some shining. I think this philodendron, it looks like they have like some water spots on them. I'm also gonna go in and shine the leaves on this red emerald philodendron. Afterwards, I just use a paper towel and wipe the leaves down. I also want to top dress some of these plants up here because I actually hate how this exposed soil looks. So I usually use this white gravel right here, and it's just fish gravel, like fish tank gravel. And I think it'll make it look a lot better up here. I started by top dressing this philodendron. This is the aquarium gravel that I get from Walmart. It's like $5 a bag. It seems to keep most of the fungus gnats out of the soil, but not only that, I just like it for aesthetics. I don't really like to see the top soil, so it just makes it look prettier, in my opinion. I went to Walmart looking for more of this aquarium gravel, but I actually found these white stones by Better Homes and Gardens in the plant section, and it's 5 pounds in each one, which is the same amount that you get in this bag. And I looked at them and they look a lot nicer than the aquarium gravel. It says that they're made out of natural quartz stone, and I checked them out and they don't have the dust or anything like that. So I went ahead and got a few of these, and I'm really liking the way that they look inside of the plants. I actually like how these look better than the other ones. They're whiter and they're just, I don't know, they look cleaner. I've already watered every single plant in here, and by the way, I actually get up there and I remove each and every plant and water them at the sink in the kitchen because I like to make sure they get a thorough watering. And not only that, I like to rinse off their leaves as well for dust and in case there's any pests as well. So that's what I do anytime I water. They all come down one by one. So I think that's all I have for this video, but if you like this type of video and you like to see me do more just like it, leave a comment down below, let me know. Also, make sure you like and subscribe and hit your notification button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next video, take care.